Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about what I was not expecting in graduate school. Let me turn this radio down before they copyright me. Anyway, so as you guys know that I'm in the graduate program at Fitchburg State University, and I'm studying forensic nursing. Okay, as I mentioned in my prior video, and I will go ahead and link it up here. Um, I'm kind of average in school. I mean, if it's something that I don't really understand, I just read up on it, I study, okay, and I go ahead and pass it, and I'm okay. I'm not that type of student that cries over C's as much, but I'm also not that student that just have to have an A. Okay. So now fast forward to to the master's program. Girl, sis is tripping. Okay. So we're in week 3 and 4. So she do her assignments by 2 weeks at a time. So for week 1 and 2, we had a discussion board about a certain topic that we had to discuss. Then we had a literature review about a topic. And then we had a quiz. So I did the quiz and I made a 95. Okay, again, I'm not tripping. I didn't make 100, but hey, at least I didn't make a D or an F. Okay, I missed one, and I was going to argue that point, but then as I read a little more, okay, I was wrong. Okay, so I made a 95. Okay, the discussion board, she took off little points, and this was the first one, so you know how you have to determine how the teacher grades. That can help you a lot in the future because you know how she's gonna grade. Like if she's gonna read every single thing that you submit and grade every single thing, or is she the type of teacher that, okay, you did the assignment, you got most of it correct, you got the bulk of what we're talking about, give you 100. I don't know. So I didn't know how she was gonna grade it. So with the discussion board, she took off little points. It kind of irritated me, but again, I'm not that student that has to have an A or a hundred. So on the discussion board, I made an 8.2 out of 10, which I don't even know how she calculated those. It's like a half a point here, a half a point here, 0.75, and that came to 8.25. Okay, so I'm like, okay, so she's gonna be one of these professors that is gonna like take off little points no matter what. I'm not gonna make 100, especially when it comes to a paper or a discussion board. She's just like not one of, she's one of those professors that you're gonna have to really, really, really be A1A to get a 100. So I'm already accepting to that fact. Unless it's a quiz or a test, I can possibly get 100 on those. But anything else, it always going to be like a 96, 95, 97, no matter how good the paper is. Okay, so that was the quiz and that was the discussion board. So I submitted the literature review. I submitted it a little early because I wanted to go ahead and start on the next 2 weeks assignments. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and submit this so I can be through with that. I have time to actually try to read, some in the book. Okay, so I'm waiting. I'm thinking that, okay, so since I submitted my literature review paper early, maybe I can get a grade early. And then I'll know how to do the next literature review. I'll know what to expect on that. Okay, so she waited until the actual due date or the next day after the due date to submit the grades. And I'm disappointed. So I made a D. I think I made a 34 out of 50 points. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So the professor sends out, email communication. She communicates with us quite well and she responds quickly if you have any questions or concerns. So she sent out an email of a video saying like review for weeks 1 and 2. And she was like, for the majority, most of us did pretty good on the quiz. She didn't mention much about the discussion boards. I'm assuming we did okay on that. But when she got to that literature review, sis sounded like she was a bit mad. Like, oh my gosh, like, what are you guys doing? I do not expect this. I do expect this. And why did you say this? And I almost took it personally, but then some things I was like, oh, that wasn't me there. But she was kind of mad. But the information was very informative. She told us what she is expecting, basically the rubric in detail. So she's telling us what she's looking for on the paper and how not to get points deducted. She also explained not to make the same mistakes. If we go over the corrections and the comments on the paper, we shouldn't be making the same mistakes, which I agree. And then I have to go back and listen to the video, but she did point out something that if we do it again on this one, on 3 and 4, she didn't take points off last time, but she will be taking points off this time. So I need to make sure I don't do whatever it is that she mentioned. I'm going to go back and listen to the video again. But if you guys can hear the video that she recorded, I mean, it could just be her tone. I don't know, but she seemed like she was frustrated. Like, I'm like, well, we must all did pretty bad. I know I did bad with this 34 out of 50 points, but did everyone do bad? I don't know. But it's interesting. Now, I consider myself to be a good writer. I mean, if I had to choose between writing and math, I would write a paper in a heartbeat. And it normally don't take me that long to write a paper. But apparently I have not been writing these papers correctly. But then again, it's the literature review. So you actually have to go to Google Scholar or to the library, and find these references. And so she wants you to pull up 3 peer review, literature work. Then within those 3, each one you have to pull out 3 topics related to the 3 points related to the topic that you chose. And, you have to do all of your citations and things like that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some things I was like, okay, yeah, I didn't know that, or yeah, I didn't know that. And some things I'm like, okay, so you're being a little extra. And I'm trying to get my daughter, I'm like, isn't she being petty? And my daughter, again, she's in college. She's like, no, Ma, your stuff is just wrong. Like, I'm like, well, whose side are you on? So she didn't even come to my rescue in that. So now we're in week 3 and 4. We don't have a discussion this week. We do have another literature review and another quiz. I was trying to submit the literature review in early, but then after I got the grade and the comments, she do comment and tell you everything that you did wrong so that you can learn from it. So I've been going through that, and I just want to make sure I do not make the same mistakes. I'm coming for her this time. Okay, I got a D. Now I'm not used to getting D's. Like I said, I'm an average student. I'll be okay with a C. I don't have to have a 100A, but a D, I was traumatized. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I got a D, a B, and an A on the 3 different assignments. So right now I'm averaging about a B, barely. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just the first week or first 2 weeks. And I have until August 7th, and today is June 17th. It's about 15 or 16 weeks in this class, and I feel like I'm failing. I don't know. I'm not that student that just stresses over grades, but I'm kind of stressing right now. So I just wanted to update you on that. Hopefully I don't have to come and vent or rant or complain about every assignment that I turn in and get a grade back, because I'm hoping to prevail and do well in this class. I'm not giving up. I'm going to work harder. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. Again, this is your master's. You're in graduate school. You're going to school to become an expert in your field. So in order to become an expert, you have to do that work. And I understand that. I just wasn't expecting it. I don't know if I was ready, but I'm here now. So tell me what you think. Give me some topics that you guys want to listen to, or something that you want me to discuss. Just subscribe to this page, like, hit the bell notification, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.